Aristotle was an ancient philosopher who lived in Macedonia and ancient Greece during the 4th century BC. His thought, along with that of Socrates and Plato, constitutes one of the pillars on which Western philosophy was developed. Aristotle was a disciple of Plato and Eudoxus of Cnidus during the 20 years that he remained at the Academy of Athens. Shortly after leaving that institution, he settled in Macedonia to serve as teacher to Alexander the Great. After the accession of Philip II's son to the throne, he returned to Athens, where he founded the Lyceum, where he taught until a year before his death. Due to the rigor of his methodology and the breadth of the fields of knowledge that he studied and systematized, Aristotle is considered the first scientific researcher in the West. Aristotle was born in 384 BC. In Stagira, a small town in the Kingdom of Macedonia near Mount Athos. The nickname by which he was known derives from his native population, the Stagirite. He was the youngest son of Phestias and Nicomedes, the personal physician of the Macedonian kings Amyntas III and Philip II. Since he was little, his father taught him the secrets of medicine, and from there came his love for experimental research. After the death of his father and mother, he was adopted by Proxenus of Atarneus, who had married Arimnesta, Aristotle's older sister. In 367 BCC, when he was 17 years old, Proxenus sent him to Athens to enter Plato's academy. It is not known with certainty what personal relationship was established between the two philosophers, but it is clear that they were not friends. Shortly after Plato's death, in 348 BC, Aristotle accepted the invitation of Hermias of Atarneus to settle in Asso, in Asia Minor, in the company of his disciple Theophrastus. In Asso, the Stagirite dedicated himself to teaching, writing, and domestic life. He first married a niece of Hermias named Pythias, with whom he had a daughter, Pythias the Younger. After the premature death of his wife, he joined a Stagirite named Erpolus, who bore him a son, Nicomachus. At that time, he also adopted his nephew Nicanor, who was the son of Proxenus and Arimnesta. After the murder of Hermias, in 345 BC, Aristotle settled in Mytilene, on the island of Lesbos, where he dedicated himself to the study of different plant and animal species. In 343 BCC, King Philip II of Macedonia hired him as teacher of his son Alexander the Great, who at that time was 13 years old, and of a group of young nobles of the same age. Philip's idea was for Aristotle to train the future ruling class of Macedonia. Aristotle taught Alexander and his companions mathematics, grammar, logic, ethics, history, geography, and literature. He also instilled in them a love for the heroes of the Homeric poems, especially Achilles and Patroclus, and values such as heroism, honor, and respect for one's word. Shortly after Philip's assassination and his accession to the throne, in 336 BC, Alexander had Aristotle's nephew, Callisthenes of Olynthus, executed, whom he accused of treason. This murder produced a break in the relationship between Alexander and Aristotle, who took refuge in Stagira for fear of possible retaliation from the Macedonian emperor. In 334 BCC, Aristotle, in the company of Theophrastus, settled in Athens, where he founded the Lyceum, a pedagogical institution of free public education. The Lyceum was opposed to the Platonic Academy, directed at that time by Xenocrates of Chalcedon. During the 11 years that he directed the Lyceum, Aristotle set out to synthesize all the knowledge achieved until then by humanity. This is just a summary of the life of this exemplary character. See you soon in the next video.